Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for The Mighty Thor issue 22, and I really liked this issue. They did a real good job of the artwork and the action scenes in this, and really bringing up more of what Muspelheim is doing in the War of the Realms. So, it starts off when we get some backstory of Queen Cinder, who is born of Surtur, and kind of like her backstory, how most of Surtur's children are given a test at the age of 3. They're starved, and then they're given a choice between a mountain of food and like souls and all that. And she was one of the first in 1,000 to go for the souls and the flame and all that. And then we get to see her talking with Malekith and of course Loki. And I really like the kind of character design that they did for her being in all in flame and everything, and just giving her own kind of like attitude, like you do not want to mess with her at all. And of course, having that backed up as we get into the issue, and of course, Malekith and just getting to like know her a little bit more, talking about like, well, we need you more committed to this war and everything. It was like everybody trembles at the mention of our realm, and he's talking about like, well, your fires were put out, and she's like, nonsense, nothing can put out our fires and all that. And of course, all of her subjects are going, burn them, and he's like, well, it's kind of weird when you have those whispers going on, and he's like, I'm worried about flaming daggers in my back, and she's like, trust me, it's not going to be from your back when we're doing this. And of course, Loki's doing his own game, so we're going to have to kind of see what's going on with him later on. So, of course, it's interrupted as we hear thunder and everything, and we see that War Thor has made himself onto the scene. And, of course, the residents of Muspelheim are like, what's going on? Because rain is coming, and they've never had rain kind of in Muspelheim ever. And just seeing it flood and everything, and him just not give a crap. And, of course, Cinder comes out and starts laying the smackdown on him. And we get some pretty cool fight scenes with this, and you don't just walk into this lady's house and just start knocking shit over and not get some repercussions. And War Thor's pretty good, but he gets his ass handed to him a little bit. And then, of course, they start setting fire-breathing sharks on him, which I love the weird absurdity that, like, Jason Aaron does with some of the cosmic stuff that he goes with. Flame-breathing sharks. The frickin' cosmic, like, laser sharks. That's so metal and everything. It's really cool, and I really like when he adds that kind of stuff. And of course, she throws War Thor to them to be taken out, and to take him out and everything. And of course, he comes up and just starts keep going at it and all that. He, at one point, loses his hammer, and of course, he's seeing the children, and he's kind of freaking out because it seems like the hammer, in this case from the Ultimates dimension, is amping up his bloodlust and everything, and Volstagg kind of becomes more like his true self when he's kind of taken away from the hammer. So it's interesting to see that push and pull going on through this battle. And of course, when he's pretty much getting ready to be taken out, we see Jane's Thor come in, and she's like, let me take him out of here. And you're like, no, she's got to pay for what she's done and everything. And of course, Cinder's like, yeah, he doesn't want to leave. And, of course, Thor's got, she's like, no, I'm not going to let that go on, and just starts, like, wailing on her, and she's like, alright, that's it. You're not going to be, you dare hit me? You're not going to be doing that anymore when I take my hands off of you. And she's like, good try when my hands are filled with Uru. And then, of course, War Thor's got his and starts doing a crazy storm again. And, of course, we see the other kind of demon, the, like, fire goblins within Muspelheim, this mother and her child, and the child's getting sucked up and everything, and of course Thor goes and rescues it, and she's like, the kid's like, no, don't sell me to the dwarves, I don't want to be in a furnace like my brother, and she's like, no, and gives the child back, and of course, she like goes to War Thor, he's the more immediate threat, and Mjolnir transports them to, like, the Void, and it's similar to the place that, I'm pretty sure it's the same place where, like, Thor and, Donald talked when they were like, this was like far back, when they kind of brought Thor back, and he was trying to like rebuild Asgard and everything. I'm like, oh, okay. And she's like, this is so that way you don't harm anybody else. This is so that way we can talk about what's going on. And of course he's like, no, that's why I was chosen with this hammer. Because he was also shouting about this is the fury of a dead universe and all that. It's like, oh, of course. This Mjolnir's universe was destroyed, so it would want to vengeance itself upon the universe that did survive. That's kind of pretty cool. And really adds another dimension to this conflict that's going on, because then he's like, no, this is why I was called, because you are just words. And I'm like, do you know how kind of like bloodthirsty a Mjolnir's got to be to make a Thor that says that our Thor is one that only talks with words? I'm like, no. Odinson and this Thor have laid out some people, have punched some people, have frickin' hit shit before talking about shit before. So I'm kind of like, you crazy, man. And of course they start fighting in the void. It's like, how is this going to resolve? Because that's where it's left off. It's like, holy crap, what's going to be happening with Cinder and Muspelheim and the whole War of the Realms? How is Jane going to deal with this War Thor with Volstagg and this crazy Mjolnir? And what's her Mjolnir going to think to kind of like have for a strategy? Because they got to come together. They got to stop this. It's like, this is the cool stuff. So I'm really excited to see where this conflict's going to be taken next and how they're going to resolve it. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.